Hi, and welcome back to terryscookbook.com. I'm Terry Searcy. I thought I'd show you a different part of my kitchen because it is really small. Some of you think I have a really large kitchen, and I don't. We don't even have shelves, so I bought these and put them up for my shelving. So I am in a very small place, so you don't have to feel like, oh, she's in a big kitchen. Of course, she has everything. I don't. So today I wanted to show you about either tuna or chicken salad. A lot of you might have that in the little pouches. You might have them in the can. You might have some leftover chicken. That's why I'm not showing you a package of what I'm making as far as tuna chicken. I actually have some frozen tuna that I had in the freezer. I can cook that up if I want. Usually it would just be for my husband and I, but in this time I wouldn't be thinking of just my husband and I have to think about everybody else that's in the house as well. So I can cook that tuna up all the way through and let it cool, use that for tuna salad as well. So sometimes you might have, like I said, for us, we have 2 little tiny tuna steaks in the freezer. Well, that could be for us, but I'm gonna think about everybody else in the house. So whatever you might have, either cooked chicken, canned chicken, tuna cooked or in a can or in those little bags. Get a few of those little snack bags that you have. Get that together. Another thing people are having kind of leftover, I'm sure you might have one scraggly apple that's sitting, or a scraggly pear that's sitting in your fruit basket on the counter, and nobody wants to eat it. Somehow everybody wants to eat it when there's a lot of them, but when there's like one left, that one lonely fruit just starts to like shrivel up. So I had one of those lonely fruits that no one wanted, and it was my apple. I took some of that apple up and diced it. So there, again, no measurements, it's whatever you have. So I took a little bit of that apple, and then as I was cutting the apple, my husband walked by, saw it. Now all of a sudden it looks good. He took a bite of that apple. That apple is now gone. This is about half of a celery stalk that I have. I also have some green onions. I found some dried cranberries from Thanksgiving. I was making some things with cranberries, and I found this in my cabinet, so I'm gonna throw them in my freezer, because I mentioned the other day when I was making the almond milk that I freeze a lot of my nuts. So I have some walnuts here. I chopped them up. If you have almonds, this is some extra protein that you can add. It gives it a really good crunch. You can also add, if you want to change this up, you could add sun-dried tomatoes. A lot of people got those gift baskets during Christmas time with those little jars of sun-dried tomatoes or little jars of olives, and you said maybe someday I'll use them, and you put them away in your cabinet. Pull those things out. Add those to your salad. If you have, for spices, I have some Morton Nature seasoning salt. I usually carry this in our motorhome because it pretty much has everything in it. You can add salt, pepper. Today I'm going to use some curry because I'm going to be adding that. I have some mayonnaise in there, and if you hear our larakeet, he's very happy today. Even though it's sunny, it's supposed to be raining in California again, so he's still in the house. Sorry about that. I'm going to serve this on, you can put, if you have a lot of celery, put it on celery. If you have cucumbers, if you want to gut out the center part of the seeds, just take that out, make you little cucumber boats, or cut the cucumber into thicker circles. It'll be fun for the kids to eat. Scoop out most of the seeds, put a little bit of this mixture in it. It'll be kind of fun. Use the romaine lettuce. And the reason why I wanted to show you the romaine lettuce is that I did show you how I use the plastic knife to cut the romaine, and I wanted to show you here that it is not brown. I used the plastic knife. It hasn't turned brown. I kept it in the wet paper towel in a plastic bag, and everything looks really nice, crisp, and fresh. That's pretty much whatever you want to throw in this. If you have little tiny pieces of broccoli, change it up. You don't have to have it sweet savory. You could add the little stem, the little bits of broccoli in there. You don't have to use a whole head. You don't have to make it that crunchy. That way you can use the broccoli later on for dinner with the kids. But you still want them to have some vegetables, and if you're not allergic to nuts, then go ahead and add nuts to it. Anything helps. It helps yield a little bit more. Like I said, it's not about measurements right now. It's about what you have and what you have left over. So that's what I'm doing. This was 1 jar of tuna. And now this is going to be, it's going to really kind of yield a lot, as you can see here. Just mixing it up with my spoon. I don't like my tuna really wet, so I'm just going to add a little bit of mayo. Let's see what this looks like. And when you're giving this to your kids, a lot of them probably aren't used to this kind of food preparation. But if you know, go yum and let them help, then they're really going to like it that much better, because they see mom and dad or grandma and grandpa or aunts and uncles doing this, and it'll be fun for them. I am going to add a little bit more. And at this point, my husband likes when I add curry to it. I know a lot of people wouldn't think about that. If you want to take a little bit aside, if you do have some curry at home, just get, I don't put that much in it. So just a little bit of curry just to give it a little bit of different flavor. And I'm still going to add a little bit of my seasoning salt. I love this seasoning salt. I mentioned to you a moment ago that we travel in our motorhome, and if any of you have motorhomes and trailers, and you know what it is to pack those things up, they don't really put a lot of cabinet space in there. So instead of carrying so many different spaces with me when I'm cooking, especially when you're going to be barbecuing, I just carry that in there. Now I have this whole nice big bowl of tuna. This is definitely going to last me. If you're able to find bread, great, put it on bread if you want to make a tuna sandwich, but it does look really nice on your boats. I know that a lot of you are like, oh, you know, presentation, but the eye is what you really kind of gets you to wanting to eat things. So find different fun things to put your food on right now. That'll also make kids go, oh, maybe that'll be fun. Use your coffee cups, use your little measuring cups to serve food on, and it makes it a little funner. It makes it a lot more exciting to kind of look at, and it's just not, again, on a you know, boring kind of thing that you can do there. Anything to kind of liven things up right now is kind of what we need. So that livens it up. Tuna, chicken, leftover chicken, frozen tuna steaks. Do whatever you want, whatever you find. If you want to do the traditional with relish, add the relish. If you have dill, dried dill, add some dill to it. You might want to not do it, maybe do it to your kids because they might go ick. But you can add capers. There's a whole slew, sun-dried tomatoes. Look at those little pouches that you got at Christmas time in those gift baskets that you put those things aside in. Add it to it. So that's the way I can reuse some of the things that I had from the holidays, and things that I have in the freezer that was normally for 2 people. I'm now expanding it and making it for more of us. Have a great day. Stay safe.